Hey Gabe, what's going on, man?
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Good, good. Sounds like wholesale model's going really well. We're going to help you guys expand a little bit with the agency model. Want to share some of your results and what we've been working with over the last few months, a little over a year now. You've been a great client, so people want to hear about it. So briefly describe your business, what you guys do.
We work with e-commerce brands. Specifically, we work in the Amazon marketplace. Our goal at the end of the day is help brands get in front of more people, kind of on a digital shelf, if you will. Like when people are walking down the aisle at a grocery store or walking through the mall, whatever. Our goal with the digital world is get you in front of that audience, get them to see your product first. Because lazy consumers that we are, like we always buy something at the top of the search results. We're approaching brands saying, hey, we can help get you in front of the audience faster, more efficiently, and do it a lot more cost effectively. And so that's why we reached out to you guys, because we knew you guys were experts in helping us get in front of an audience that way. Like what we can do from a search engine perspective, you guys can do with an audience.
Yeah, 100%. You guys are killing it with that. And you guys do both wholesale and agency model. Can you maybe explain those like for the audience so they know?
We work like a true agency model, like you've probably seen a lot of different companies and organizations. We'll do an end-to-end account management model. So we step in and kind of become consultants, but at the same time, we're doing it for you. So we're helping you execute on all the strategy. We're managing everything, but it's all done within your own account. You maintain all your same brand. Everything that we do stays with your brand and with your account. Versus on the wholesale model, what we found is that there's a lot of brands out there that just don't want to deal with the day-to-day direct-to-consumer side of the business. They're built to manufacture product, and then they just want to move volume. And so what we do is we step in as kind of a wholesale partner. We become an exclusive seller for their products. And then what we do is leverage all of our experience in running your Amazon account, but we buy that product from you at a wholesale, essentially buying or placing purchase orders every month, paying you for the product, and then we turn around and sell it, your map or your agreed retail price, and we just make our money off of the margin. And so we're trying to negotiate and figure out how can we help grow your sales.
So it sounds like a no freaking brainer offer, the wholesale model for sure.
It's definitely a great fit for brands that are doing a good amount of volume. Obviously, if you're not doing a lot of sales on Amazon yet, we're not going to write you very big checks. So it's not really worth it quite yet.
Sure.
But brands that are doing $50,000 to $100,000 a month, we can send them a check every month, and instead of paying an agency to do the day-to-day work, we'll pay you to do the same work.
Yeah, no freaking brainer. You guys have a pretty in-depth sales team. You have 2 or 3 salespeople now?
Yeah, we've got
Full-time?
3 full-time sales reps across kind of both businesses that are providing those options to every brand we talk to.
You guys have used a lot of different services like ours, cold email, LinkedIn outreach, like different things before. There was different agencies you tried and didn't really work out before working with us. Can you describe like some of the experiences with those, like what happened before? We obviously started working together a little over a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in business 14 years, so we've tried just about anything and everything you think of when it comes to doing outreach. For us, the thing that's always worked the best is cold email. We've tried other agencies, we've been with other groups. A lot of the frustrations we've had with them is they're unable to provide the quality that we want at scale. We're willing to work with brands. We want to go target brands. It's not necessarily the brand new startup. It's not some mom and pop kind of thing, but we're trying to target a brand that has the ability and is ready to really scale and grow. And with these other agencies and the cold outreach that we were doing, they were unable to get us the volume that we needed and wanted at that same quality. And there was a lot of mom and pop places coming in. They might make $1,000 or $2,000 a month in sales, but they're not the brands that want to go make millions or have the ability to scale and grow to that level. When we approached you guys, that was kind of one of our asks. We want to talk to brands that are on Amazon, that are existing sellers, that are ready to scale, and they're in the perfect place to say, hey, we can't do this on our own. We need somebody else to come help us. And that's what you guys have been able to deliver. So we've been really happy with it.
Yeah, and your sales teams are phenomenal at taking the leads and actually executing on that well. So obviously we've been together for a little over a year now. How's the process changed from what you dealt with before? How's the process changed since working with us?
Yeah, I think the nicest thing with you guys has been you're not just kind of teeing up a positive response in an email where someone just sends us a simple like yes or a simple like sure, tell me more. You guys are kind of taking it the next step where short of just booking the call or booking a meeting for us, we're getting that prospect to the point where they're ready to have a conversation with us. And then you're providing us that email. And then from there, my team can say, okay, I got the context of the conversation. I now know how to approach this person to one, more efficiently book meetings, because that's a frustration with some of these other groups is you just kind of get forwarded a positive response, no context to it, or they just send you an email. It's like, hey, this person said they're ready to talk, but you don't know exactly what the 4 or 5 email sequence was that they had prior to that. And so that's been helpful for us to be able to say, this person talked about this concern, or this is their biggest ask that they have as a prospect or as a client. They need help in a specific area. So we can then cater our pitch to them based off of that. And we can talk to them and say, okay, hey, we want to learn more about that specific pain point. Tell me why it hurts. So that's why our team's been so successful at executing and converting these leads into opportunities to hopefully help them.
Yeah, Yeah. And you guys are great at acting quick on the leads, but also getting those leads quickly to a phone call. So it is a credit, I think, to your team as well on taking those leads and doing something with them. So we've been together for a little while. What surprised you most about our services over the last year?
The level of communication has been huge. Just having access to like a Slack channel, having a team that's there and they're constantly communicating, not just getting a weekly report or a monthly dashboard or something like that. Like when every lead comes in, we're notified, we're very aware of what's happening. And then we have access to be able to reach out to your team as well. So it's not just you throwing a bunch of stuff at us, but it's like any client, we can complain and we can be the squeaky wheel. And we get what we need from you when we need it. And you're very open to have those conversations, which is great.
And it does feel very collaborative on my end, but also feels like with you as well. Like when we have problems, if we ever have problems, we work towards solutions with those. You've been great at working with us on that as well. And not every client always is. So were you surprised by the volume or quality over the last like 6 to 8 months or so? Were you surprised by that, especially with this wholesale model that you haven't really done this with?
Yeah, especially with the wholesale model. We talked about like getting the ideal client or finding the right quality of lead earlier. Yep. For us, that was huge on this wholesale model. We went from kind of trying to do some of our own prospecting, trying to pick and choose who we thought was a good prospect, and we weren't able to build a very big pipeline very fast. But in a pretty short amount of time with you guys, I think we were getting close to a lead a day of what we would call a really good quality lead, which is more than what we were asking for. We were able to get on these conversations with people pretty fast, build a pipeline that tripled in size within a matter of months. And we've been able to already close a handful of deals from it, which are invaluable to us.
And how much in pipeline revenue would you attribute just from our end over the last 6 months?
For the last 6 months, we've probably added $30 million to our pipeline from your efforts, more than tripled where we were at previously.
And again, testament to your team to actually work the leads and work those leads and get on calls with those leads. Now we get this all the time. Like some people are on the fence on working with us. They're unsure, they've been burnt by people in the past. Like if someone's on the fence with working with us, like what would you say? Like what would you tell them?
If you're trying to decide whether or not this is for you, I'd say give it a shot. Give it a test trial. That's kind of how we got started with you guys. We tried to play hardball, from one salesman to another. It was like, I'll give you the opportunity to win my business. Show me that you can deliver. And if you can, then I'll go spend more money with you. And that's been our relationship over the last year. You guys were able to come in and deliver really quick. We were happy with the results. You've been able to adapt to our needs and what we've asked you guys to do. And you guys just always deliver. So if you're on the fence, give it a shot. Give it 3 to 6 months. And I promise you'll see the results that you want.
Any final thoughts you want to share with any of our viewers?
I think the biggest thing is being open to change. Like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing cold email outreach for probably 10 years. We've gone through multiple agencies. I think the thing is you need to be open to adapt and change your sequence, your copy, the content of your email on a pretty consistent basis. That's what you guys do a really good job of, is you're always approaching me with, hey, we're starting to see deliverability or response rates drop on this certain call to action, certain offer. Let's change it to this, or what more can you offer? Being open to doing those sort of things and making those changes has kept our level of leads coming in at a really high quality. And so don't just sit back and say what worked last year is going to work this year, or what was working last month is even going to work next month. We've got to constantly change, and you guys are really good at that. It's not like just plug it into some software and it just runs.
It's a partnership, and that's what we look for too. Like with somebody like yourself, if something's not working, we want to figure out how to improve it, because ultimately, we win, you win, you win, we continue to work with you, but find the best path forward to maximizing our top of funnel, but also our revenue coming in the door. Well, I appreciate it, man. I know we're scaling for next year. I'm super excited to keep working with you. As always, man, hope you have a good Christmas with the family, and thank you for being a client for as long as you have.
Yeah, thank you. Likewise.